Well, everyone, it's your boy, Calabris. I just ate supper, and trust me, I had pancakes for supper tonight. Man, I tell you what, the election is getting crazy. Parents are arguing over which candidate to vote for. It's crazy, you know. I really don't see any independent, non-affiliated YouTuber doing any of this. But I wonder, could I also start a political rant branch for my YouTube? No, this is just a thought. Could I actually start ranting about politics in my videos or make videos specifically for it? I really don't see anyone doing this, and the videos I do see on YouTube of people that are doing this, um, well, they're affiliated with media. The thing is, the reason that independents don't really, you could say, win a nomination or make it big is because the two-party system, the Republicans and Democrats, buy rules to where it'll be very hard for independents to run through using every legal loophole possible. Make sure that no independents get enough vote to make the average citizen either vote Republican or Democrat. Now, first of all, how does someone get on the ballot? First of all, well, you see, for someone to get on the ballot, they must have a certain amount of percentage votes. I'll go ahead and refer off of to the election of this year. Now, remember this is before the election, but for any person to get on the ballot, they need a 12% in the popularity vote, and and of course they can also give themselves some debate time. However, you might hear let's see, Gary Johnson. They slammed him because he couldn't place Mosul on the map. I think a city in the Middle East. How are we supposed to expect a really experienced governor to know what half of the stuff in another country is when it's not their country? I mean, he's probably was told to run. Oh, my dad's telling my mom to shut up because politics. You could call this the first episode of my political rant if I ever make a political rant. Now, both my parents voted for Ross Perot in the election of '92. My dad dubs it a protest vote. But you see, and then of course what I learned from my mom was slowly and very gradually that the independent parties are actually third parties are getting are having their votes grow. I mean, it's growing pretty slow, so expect a yawn or two before they actually get popular enough. You see, the reason they're getting more votes is because more people are tired of this two-party system that we're having right now, and therefore they're taking that necessary 101% of steps required to get a vote in. In fact, in my state, the state of Mississippi, you can only vote independent once, while of either party systems twice. That's how unfair it is. Trump is right. The election is rigged, not by the media, but partially by the media, but by the parties. The parties rig it. So far, now I may be wrong about this, but it seems that the Democratic Party has done more rigging than the Republicans. Either way, they're both guilty of it. Both Clinton and Trump are guilty of crimes. Okay, and Gary Johnson, and probably Jill Stein from the Green Party. They have a lot more experience than Trump and Clinton, actually. Even though Clinton says she's more experienced, she was never president. She was only Secretary of State and was never reelected. And that's secretary, not governor. Johnson, governor, 2 terms. He was reelected. And twice in a row he was so good. In fact, the only reason he could ever make it on the ballot what was to change affiliations with parties really quickly to get popularity. He was originally Republican. He went Libertarian, back to Republican again to get more vote, and then of course switched back to Libertarian so he could put his party on the ballot. You realize how hard that is, right? For any politician, that is hard because you must go through the legal changes to make it legal. You have to make it official. And whether it's official or not is up to the government. So the government downright denies this, and no matter what, then yeah, it will be obvious that it's rigged. So therefore, though they give him a hard time about it, they still let him get through with it, just to show the people that, hey, it ain't rigged. Nothing to see here. Now, if this makes it on YouTube, I would probably be a madman if this did. Okay, this is my opinion, and please, I should have said this a lot earlier. Might as well put a disclaimer in the description about it. Remember, I pre-record before I ever like upload any of my videos. But I'm so tired of this. Are you tired of voting Democrat or Republican? Try Independent. Try that 101% to get your vote in. You vote to be heard, not to be hidden. I know this. Because I myself run a club that I want to be just like politics in a real life. Not rigged. The original system. Okay, Trump says that the electoral college is rigged. Yes, to a certain extent it is. But it's not the system. It's the amount of electoral votes per state, like California. In fact, it would have to take the most strongest states in the East to override California's if everyone voted on one particular candidate just to override it. So the Electoral College has been a source of all sorts of controversy for a long time. So now we're thinking about the future of the country. Okay, I just lost my thought train. Dang it, I'm getting tired quickly. And plus, I had my alarm set for 8 o'clock, so I go to bed so I can practice lucid dreaming. So I gotta end this quickly. So, well, the thing is, the reason I say that the political parties are rigged is because of one reason alone: super delegates. If you learn about them more, they can change sides. They can change who they vote for. In fact, these days, people vote for the candidate which they hate the least because the ones they like the most is just butchered out by all of this. Okay? Most of Hillary Clinton's supporters don't exactly like Clinton, but they hate Trump. So they do that because they don't want Trump being president. My mom is an exact example of this. My father, opposite way, doesn't want Clinton being president, and even though he doesn't necessarily like Trump or what anything he does, he voted Trump for president. Okay? And of course, I don't know why, but at a pep rally a few weeks ago, someone was waving a Trump flag. A pep rally, someone waving a political flag. And I couldn't see what the cheerleaders were performing because of that stupid flag. Okay? I almost wanted to tell the guy, get the flag down. This ain't a Trump rally. Okay? The reason I do this, like, is technically like my own version of the kilowatt beep, which hides cuss words. Because I am so sick of it. Okay? They should get this done during election. Like a tournament, you know what I mean. Don't get gradually done like a freaking playoff. This ain't football. Okay, I'm not meaning soccer, even though football is a technical term if you're European for soccer. This ain't football. Okay. First of all, there's been many inconceptions. They both committed crimes. I do know that. The Watergate's down for Clinton. The rape allegations for Trump. Benghazi attacks for Clinton. Once again, people accusing Trump to be racist. Trump. Okay? What has Gary Johnson done that people like to slam him about? Nothing but he couldn't place a stinking city on a map. You know how hard it is to do that? Cities are big. You gotta find their boundaries, their exact coordinates. And since the Earth isn't exactly, you could say, all 100% accurate based on 2D map works, this could be really hard to do so. So even if he does know where it is, he would have a hard time pinpointing the exact coordinates of Mosul. Okay? Everyone's not perfect. Okay? Basically, every media that slammed him for basically not knowing where Mosul was is a big idiot. No one's perfect. Literally. No one is perfect. Okay? I know you can say I'm finally snapping with this, but trust me, I really don't want to go to cuss words. I really don't. Okay? The only time I might ever cuss is when a word slips out when I'm really angry. Yes, you'll know when I'm angry when I cuss. Okay, but I won't use it as much as, say, some rambling truck driver. To be frank, getting tired of speaking right now. This is not the time to be politically ranting. That's your interpretation of it, guys. You guys be Cortana and I be the map of the silent cartographer for once. So, I tell you what, if we don't do anything to help independence, it eventually this time could become a one-party system, because we know downright that politicians are capable of ruling each other out if they're already been elected. We already know this because of the anti-independent party movements, or you could say strategies, that these political parties are trying to make. So they can't have any more votes stolen from them. First of all, if Garen Johnson got enough votes, the House of Representatives could vote for their candidate. If the 270 electoral votes weren't acquired by either, or basically from like any of the three candidates, this vote would be then taken to the House of Representatives. Now, I'm not exactly what some would call a history buff, but from one time in history as I ever read in a history book, was the only time that the so-called manual override vote by the House Speaker or House of Representatives was ever made was during the election to pick a vice president for, I think, President Washington, because two of the vice candidates had a tie. They had to move the vote to the House of Representatives. I'm sorry, I'm so tired. Ugh. It's a bad time too. So anyway, and so I think Calhoun had to make the vote. John Calhoun, the leader and the founder of the Warhawks, the starters of the War of 1812. Man, has it really been that long? Dang, that makes me feel old for just knowing that. Well, and you could say that I think Jefferson won out, because I knew it was between, I think, Washington or Adams. I knew it was in one of the earliest elections of the country, around the time the Constitution was actually ratified. And tomorrow I have to actually be a guest speaker at school tomorrow for the Constitution, so this would actually come as good practice. So hey, why not give another idea? History buff lessons for the guys who love history, you know. Anyway, got about 27 seconds on my clock, so I guess I'll continue this rant after this is done processing. Twizzles.